Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. So Ethan Klein, the host of H3H3 podcast, has been in some serious drama lately. First off, it started with a feud between himself and Keemstar, also known as Drama Alert, on YouTube. He had posted a video about Keemstar and criticised his reporting conduct. The video resulted in Keemstar actually losing one of his sponsorships with the popular energy drink G Fuel. Within Ethan's content nuke video about Keemstar, Ethan accused Keemstar of falsely accusing Ethan of committing felony fraud and accepting profits from a video game company called Starbreeze Studios to fight a copyright infringement complaint. Ethan said he spoke to Starbreeze's global brand director on camera to dispute Keemstar's claim, and then Ethan exposed more of Keemstar's controversial behaviour in the past. Basically, Keemstar lost his highly profitable sponsorship with G Fuel because Ethan went off in his video about how shitty it was that this company was supporting someone like Keemstar. Therefore, the brand must also be supporting Keemstar's behaviour. The brand turned around and was like, oh hell no, we don't want to be associated with Keemstar, and so they cut ties with him. Keemstar, however, had responded to Ethan's video about him in his own video, stating that he pretty much walked away from his G Fuel sponsor. But we all know in hindsight that the company really dropped Keemstar, not the other way round. Now, in this YouTuber feud, Ethan had also questioned Keemstar's interviews with Etika, a YouTuber who battled mental illness and passed away in 2019. So Keemstar in the past had made quite a few videos with Etika, including one episode where he interviewed Etika not long after he was discharged from a mental health facility. And basically, Ethan had criticised Keemstar for allegedly egging on Etika by asking him morbid questions surrounding death. Ethan had then defended himself on Twitter after Keemstar called him out in a video about this. Ethan had said, and I most certainly did not blame Keemstar for Etika's death. I think he created an extremely toxic environment for him and others. In Keemstar's defense, he showed screenshots of messages from Etika's family defending Keemstar, stating that he wasn't to blame for Etika's death. And if Etika, whose real name is Amofa, was still here, I can guarantee you he'd say the exact same thing. Here we can see Etika's mum messaging Keemstar stating, "Hello Keemstar, this is Etika's mother responding to you to address the recent threats and accusations you've received in relation to his death. I wish to inform Etika's fans, friends, and viewers that Keemstar is not responsible for Etika's passing and should not be held accountable for my son's actions. Etika loved Keemstar's show and wanted to make his appearance on the program both memorable and exciting. My son's goal was to make the segment as dramatic and entertaining as possible, not to use it as a vehicle of hatred towards the show's host and creator. Spread love and goodwill instead of passing judgment. What's truly needed is a much better platform supporting mental health awareness throughout the world. Please build up your online community with kindness instead of recklessly breaking each other down. And God, we trust you will take these blessings we send out to you." So it's pretty gruesome that Ethan would try to use this as drama just because he has beef with Keemstar. Now, both of these YouTubers, H3 and Keemstar, are problematic in my opinion. I mean, I always used to love H3. I found him and his wife Hela highly entertaining and informative, but lately Ethan hasn't been very good at keeping his highly offensive opinions to himself. Or to word that better, he literally doesn't care how his harmful words can affect others. He had recently said this on a podcast about Catholics.
What exactly does the Catholic Church do except rape kids? I mean, what exactly would you say you do, Catholic Church? Are you enjoying that tax exemption? I think it's time to close it down. I think it's time to lock shop up on that church.
Now, after Keemstar lost his sponsorship with G Fuel, fans of Keem started contacting Ethan's sponsorships. Then one thing led to another, and now Ethan has started losing sponsorships. Here we can see a fan had messaged Old Spice, a company that sponsors Ethan, and the fan stated, "Are you aware that one of the people you sponsor said the word..." Is this the type of language you guys condone in the people you sponsor? Do you support white people that you sponsor using the word? The future of whether I, as well as the many people I can show this disgusting footage to, buy your product depends on whether this is the type of behaviour you're going to continue to support financially. They had responded, "We appreciate you reaching out with the heads up. We are investigating and will take any necessary steps. Thank you." The company had then said, "Hi, we just wanted to follow up and assure you that Old Spice is a brand committed to equality across race, religion, gender, and orientation, and we object to bias of any kind. We have taken immediate action to terminate the partnership and are activating the appropriate steps to ensure that this does not happen again. Keemstar actually wasn't happy that people were doing this and called his fans out on Twitter. Told you guys not to do this. Please do not go after any of H3H3 sponsors. I do not want this shit for our community. Yes, I know there is an old DA talking about source sponsors, but that was 5 years ago before there was even a commentary community. Don't do this. Now, Ethan and Keemstar's arguing back and forth on Twitter is like something out of a high school movie drama. Think Mean Girls, but turn the characters into middle-aged men, and they're both Regina George. Ethan had tweeted, "Is Keemstar an equity owner of G Fuel? He needs to disclose that because it would mean that he fabricated the entire sponsorship dropping him so he could use it as a counterpoint. Please let us know." No, I'm not. Nice try, but you're not getting out of this one. Ethan had also tweeted, "Call people frauds, con artists, assassinate their character, harass them up to the point of just don't mention their sponsor G Fuel that is on their desk in every video." Keem replied, "He's cracking. I hope he still has his support group." A fan had replied, "As much as I hate Keem, this guy never showed proof." Exactly. And shit, I don't remember that. Maybe I did, but I never actually went after his sponsors. So how is this even the same as Ethan actually going after sponsors? Then Alinity of all people had tweeted, "I swear I've never encountered a more vile person in my life. The H3H3 Productions video on Keemstar was spot on." Keemstar replied, "Yeah, H3H3 Productions, I know you are freaking out seeing all these YouTuber videos uploaded today, calling you out, but just know you're not alone. You have Alinity on your side. Papa bless." A fan of Keemstar had said, "The new Keemstar is on point. Hope he goes even harder on that scumbag H3H3 Productions and the next one. H3 is the biggest self-righteous hypocrite on this platform. You deserve what you're about to get. Edika's death is a big no-no." Keem replied, "Trust me, part 2 is where H3H3 fans seen how they were lied to and used as a pawn, just like how we used Edika's tragic death." So FaZe Banks, yet another problematic YouTuber, recently defended Keemstar publicly. He had said, "Was gonna sit this one out, but F it. Honestly, it's effing disgusting what Keemstar and H3's ongoing internet beef has amounted to. Etika is being used as a weapon, and I can't effing stand how nobody seems to have an issue with that. To manipulate and cherry pick facts under normal YouTube drama video circumstances is the standard, but to do it with Etika's come the F on. At the end of the day, this effing kid lost his life, and there's absolutely nobody to blame for that. It's a tragedy, and while we all wish we could have done more to prevent it, this was something that was completely out of any one person's control. It happened. It's horrible. The fact that Etika's family, mum and sister, are being shamed and attacked for not aiming blame at Keemstar just speaks how twisted and effed up this community can be. You guys are also wrapped up in Keem vs H3 that it almost doesn't matter what it's doing to his family. Nobody stopped to consider if Etika would have wanted any of this, and I'm sure he wouldn't have. I can only speak to how I feel, but for the record, if I were to ever die, please for the love of the effing God, don't use it as a slide in a YouTube exposed video. It's also effed up. Like I said, this is nobody's fault. There is no one to blame. Let the effing kid rest in peace." Now, love or hate Keemstar, or both of them, personally I think he deserves an apology from Ethan after Ethan went off calling him a hypocrite and then making remarks against his content with an obvious lack of research. He also needs to apologise to Catholics, but that goes without saying. The quality of Keemstar's content is internet trash talk for sure. He's not a very sincere person. I've seen him make fun of RAPE victims in the past and victim shame them. He's done a lot of really controversial things, but he's still here thriving. No one cares. It's just one of those things where the internet turns a blind eye. So yes, we've established Keemstar isn't a great figure, or role model, or personality, and his history is pretty horrific. We'll delve more into that in a minute, but if Ethan chooses to leave his argument as is and not apologise, then it could possibly tarnish his image because of the lack of research and bold things he has said. So apparently everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. But here's a short timeline of some of the problematic events from both YouTubers past, if you still think that one is worse than the other. 5 months ago, Ethan referred to BTS and other K-pop stars as a part of a little twink gay fetish. He also made sexual comments involving K-pop's young fanbase. His podcast was trending number 5 on Twitter for being cancelled, with thousands of people calling him out. He then told K-pop fans to lighten up and that they're responsible for a recent wave of K-pop stars. So Ethan has also bullied women in the past for their body shapes and sizes, and another recent controversy was where he made fun of Jeff Bezos for donating $100 million for research. A fan had recently tweeted, "H3H3 I've generally liked, but shaming Bezos for donating $100 million for is shitty. That's 100 million sent to saving lives / better future. Do you expect billionaires to empty half their accounts every time a crisis happens when you haven't done close to the same? Ethan replied, just so you know, I never shamed at Jeff Bezos' donation. I tweeted 2 weeks before he donated, simply wondering if he would, and he did. I think it's great that he donated 100 million, and I would not diminish the value of it based on his net worth. Cheers. Ethan then went on to donate $100,000 with his wife Hela to people who were affected by the current pandemic, and his fans were calling this damage control. H3's content has changed a lot over the years. He used to be famous for his comedic skits and talking about celebrities and YouTubers, and now on his podcast he talks about things like, and I quote, crazy feminists, amongst many other things. He used to be quick to point out how toxic the internet was, and now he dishes it out on a daily basis. In some people's minds, they'd see this as refreshing and authentic. He's giving his opinion and he doesn't care. He's being himself. But when you're accusing an entire religion of being PEDOSs, that's definitely overstepping the line. And also with other statements such as, and I quote, women are, in a nature setting, designed to be conquered, amongst many other problematic statements that no one's bothered to sit through the hour-and-a-half long podcast to witness, except as hardcore fans that agree with him, mostly. He's also invited a Canadian misogynist on his podcast in the past, Dr. Jordan Peterson, who called himself a classical race realist. One positive outcome though is that H3H3's newer videos have all been demonetized by YouTube, and he's always coming up with theories and excuses as to why this has happened, but we all know the real reason. YouTube is very onto it with catching out hate content at the moment, to the point where literally just about anything gets demonetized these days, so Ethan literally has no chance of earning more money of his future videos. Keemstar on the other hand, well, why does everyone seem to hate him so much, you ask? To try and break it down for you, he's done things in the past like falsely accuse an adorable 62-year-old man who plays RuneScape on Twitch that he was the PEDO, and he got away with it. Often Keemstar gets his news by going well beyond just reporting on the news also. He interviews and instigates drama with other YouTubers, both big and small, either by insulting them, spreading rumours, or falsely accusing people of unthinkable acts, or even drawing attention to some people's revenge porn. Over the years, mass amounts of fans have unsubbed from Keemstar and then decided to resub him again. His controversies are endless. I mean, all you have to do is follow his Twitter to see daily horrifying tweets. Some of them you just can't even believe are real, but they are. So what are your thoughts on all this drama? Let me know in the comments. That's all for this investigation. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. My social media will be linked down below, and I'll see you guys in our next investigation.